Uh, if we haven't met, my name is Jonathan. I am a consultant focused on organizational culture and the strategy and analysis used to build really great corporate culture. Today, I wanted to share a few thoughts about a topic called operations empathy. This is a very, very cool application of systems thinking to empathy inside of organizations that I'm very excited about because I think it has a lot of potential. For this moment, though, what I wanted to focus on is understanding how to identify or how to feel the absence of empathy in your operations. And when I refer to empathy, and we know what that is, right? We know that is this dynamic between people where there's sharing and listening, understanding, and then help comes out of the other side. It's a very high context, high value interaction between people with a lot of understanding between them, and very sincere help provided to meet needs and address dynamic situations, right? But it's social. It's between individuals or between groups of people. Operations empathy is a reframing of that concept where we're looking for these same dynamics, but we're looking for it in the systems, processes, rules, and policies, roles, job design, organizational structure, strategy of your organization. And we could go on. There's a lot to it, right? Anything that can be considered part of organizational design that has an impact, has an influence on operations empathy. And all of that goes to serve the individuals and community of the workforce in your organization, facilitating engagement and productivity and creativity, essentially creating this empathetic environment where people can be heard and be helped by the organization. And it fosters that synergistic relationship between the workforce and organization that we have always really strived for, but never or not often put a name on. And I'm naming that relationship. It's called operations empathy. Now, when ops empathy is missing, it's not that hard to see, and it's certainly not that hard to feel. And I hope some of these pain points will resonate with you, that most of us have had these experiences to some degree. When operations empathy is absent, you tend to get these four experiences taking place. Your workforce is going to feel and be isolated. That is not just a sense of being alone. It is also, excuse me, and is also a sense of not learning. You are not growing as a person, growing as a community. You are really boxed in emotionally, intellectually, and organizationally. The next pain point here is reactiveness. Organizations that are not empathetic tend to be reactive. In my experience, that is these moments where you come up with some new insight, or you provide some type of feedback. Maybe it's critical feedback, and the organization has an immediate response to that information. It's not to consider the information. It's not to digest it and understand. It's really just to shut it down, right? That is the impulse that happens. The next pain point here is nearsightedness. Organizations without the ability to empathetically contextualize new information, new innovations, new feedback, don't have the ability to construct long view decisions, to conduct long view brainstorming, right? Decisions tend to be made in service to the immediate future, and they tend to be made without the benefit of real insight and feedback from the workforce. The last and final pain here organizations tend to feel is stagnation. Stagnation it's a state of an organization that's unable to change, unable to make progress, unable to reimagine itself. So there's no process changes, there's no reorganizations happening, there's no transition or change in roles or job descriptions, there's no access to resources to execute positive change. I'm saying change a lot, which is pretty scary. But if you feel that sense of, well, I don't want to reorg, I don't want to change process. It's a natural reaction. But if you had the support of a fully operationalized, empathetic organization, that fear of change would be counterbalanced by access to really good collaborative thinking and brainstorming, access to the appropriate resources. The ideas of change would be cooled by solid documentation and process in the organization. All right, I'm wandering a bit now, but I want to get across that if you have experienced any of these pain points, if they resonate with you, you have probably spent time in an organization that lacked operations empathy. And I would love for you to join me at a webinar this coming Thursday. This Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, I will be covering operations empathy, what it is. We will discuss the pain points again, but then we will solve for that problem. We'll discuss ops empathy and its implementation and methods for improving in a very sort of reasonable pattern the different elements and layers of your organization, right? Because if you can get operations empathy embedded, if you can pick that up as a new capability, what you're doing is creating a positive relationship between the workforce and the organization. That's what we all want, right? But it's hard to achieve. So let's name it and let's frame the challenge. We'll do that through operations empathy. So please do join me. I'm going to throw the registration link into the description and reach out if you have any questions. Fantastic. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful week. And I hope to see you online this Thursday. Thanks so much.